Welcome to the Frankly Franklin podcast. Today we are here with Ginger Clark. She's the manager of the Great Miami Riverway. Hi, Ginger. Thanks for virtually seeing me. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you for having me on, Cheryl. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we are working hard through these dog days of summer to extend them in to the September season, and that is kind of what we're here to talk about today, and that is the river ride. So, Ginger, tell me a little bit about, it's a really important thing for the city of Franklin, so we want to hear all about it, but just tell me a little bit about the river ride. What is it, and how are we seeing the connection to Franklin from this river ride?
Right, so River Ride is one of our signature Riverway events that we host every year. It's a community bike ride, so it's not a race. It's really accessible to people of all abilities and all ages to participate in. And it's really about creating connections. So all of the events that we do at Riverway are about creating connections between our river communities. And so this year and last year, the River Ride has been held between Miamisburg and Franklin. So really celebrating that 6.7-mile stretch of the Great Miami River Recreation Trail that goes between Miamisburg and Franklin.
And that's such a beautiful stretch of river.
It really is so beautiful.
And so walk me through. So I've never done the river ride before. So wow, this sounds cool. I get to do something between the two cities. And so how do I do this? Where do I register? Is it, you said all abilities, so families can come. Is it a bike ride? Is it a walk? I say it's a river ride, so I assume it's a bike ride or some kind of ride.
So we promote it as a bike ride, but you can also walk, you can run, you can roller skate, you can, any self-propulsed mode of travel. Is that a word, or did I just make a word up?
I don't know. If your dog pulls you down, that's fine, right? That works. Rollerblades, I mean, whatever.
Any mode of transportation that's allowed on the bike path.
Okay, perfect.
But it's bike centric, but we would welcome people running, walking, or on skates. But
and how do you sign up?
Register? Yeah, you register for free on our website. There's a link, so greatmiamiriverway.com, which will take you to our City Spark page where we do our registrations. It's free registration, and the first 50 people to register get a swag bag full of goodies from the Great Miami Riverway and the city of Franklin and the city of Miamisburg. And the really cool thing is that we try to have activities every year on either side. So this year at the Riverfront Park in Miamisburg, where you can start on their side, the Children's Performing Arts Center will be doing a rendition of the SpongeBob musical. And then on the Franklin side, we'll have the farmers market, and I hear that your local police department will be there doing some fun activities for the kids too.
They always are. They're a fun crew, our police department are.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that they do have to give out a ticket every now and then, they're actually really fun.
Oh, I know. They have to do a job.
That's right.
Yeah. So you can start on either side.
At either end?
Yes, you can start in Miamisburg or Franklin, and it's 6.7 miles to the other side. You can engage in activities there, and then pedal back to your point of origin, and there'll be activities going on there. And then we really like for people to get out and explore the downtown areas. Maybe if you're from Miamisburg and you don't get over to Franklin very often, you get out and go to some of the shops, maybe get some ice cream or what's that great soda shop you guys have there? The Fizzy Sips and Sweets.
Yeah, Fizzy Sips. Yeah, absolutely.
They're so good. Or if you're starting in Franklin and you go to Miamisburg, maybe you can stop in Curious Styles and get coffee, or go to some of their local shops there.
Right. And both of those communities are doing a lot to actually propel themselves upwards and really grow. So those are two really great communities to be connected by this river ride, because I think those two communities are really putting a lot into who they are and just becoming something even more exciting for people to visit.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's so awesome to see both of those communities really embracing the river and using the river for outdoor recreation and quality of life improvements and as an economic driver for their communities.
Sure.
So
Now this sounds like something that people could do almost any day, but what day, what date and time are you guys encouraging people to do the river ride?
So it's on September 13th and it starts at 11. You don't have to be there right at 11 because it's not a race. You can
Sure.
start anytime after 11. We want to be wrapped up by 2.
Okay. And, I've read a lot about the economic development impacts of the river, especially in our entire Dayton region. So, the river ride really isn't any different. It has some great economic development impact to both of those cities. And I mean, was that always your guys' intention? Especially, you think of the Great Miami Riverway and all the impact that it has. I don't necessarily, the first thing that comes to my mind isn't necessarily economic development, but that's not necessarily true when you guys are thinking about this, is it? Or, you guys think about economic development and how that works for your cities.
Yeah, we think about economic development a lot. Quality of life improvements and outdoor recreation and placemaking is a lot of what we do, and that spurs economic development in our communities. And we have an economic development study done, or an economic impact of tourism study done
Oh,
every 2 years.
okay.
And so our most recent study was done in 2023, and it showed that the Riverway had a $1.2 billion impact on the state of Ohio.
Isn't that
So
incredible?
that's really incredible what we've managed to do. Our river corridor communities have banded together and made such a huge impact.
Absolutely. And your mission, the River Ride and the Great Miami Riverway mission, those two things seem to go together, or at least based on what you've said.
Mhm.
So what are you guys, and that kind of goes along with the economic development study you guys just did. You're really working to build a regional impact and like a regional destination, regional brand.
The Great Miami Riverway was convened with local communities to support and encourage people to live, work, and play safely along the Great Miami River. But it's more than just a river. It's just having Southwest Ohio be a place that's considered a really great place to live. We want people to start families here. We want them to move here and start businesses. We want to attract those college students that are graduating, and instead of leaving our area, that they stay here and we retain all that talent in Southwest Ohio.
Right.
And it really starts with just making Southwest Ohio and along the river corridor in particular a really great place for people to live and want to be. And that's having charming downtown areas with shopping and local boutiques and restaurants and craft breweries, and that's having a clean, safe, accessible river for people to recreate on, and just having events that people want to go to. And so it's all of those things and
Right.
more.
Right. And I would definitely say you have definitely chosen two of the more quaint and lovely cities to have this river ride between, because those are wonderful places to visit for sure. So I want to get a couple more things in. One
Mhm.
of them is the existing infrastructure. I mean, you've talked a lot about the economic development impact and that it is regional, and so that means that there's quite a bit of infrastructure that's already in place. So you're just utilizing that existing infrastructure to further the mission and the economic development and add to people's lives, the quality of life. What does your infrastructure look like for the Great Miami Riverway?
Yeah, so we have about 93 miles currently of paved bike trail that winds along the river. And we have about 3 gaps right now that we're trying to fill. 2 of those are in
Okay.
Butler County, and one of them is up north between Piqua and Sydney.
Oh,
So we're actively trying to close those gaps so that we have almost 100 miles of paved trail. We start up in Shelby County and go all the way down to Hamilton County with our coalition. And all of this could not be possible without the critical flood protection infrastructure that's in place from the Miami Conservancy District.
And you're part of Miami Conservancy, correct?
Yes, so the Great Miami Riverway is a coalition of cities, counties, parks agencies, travel and tourism bureaus, the Miami Valley Regional Planning Commission, and the Miami Conservancy District. And we banded together for the mission that I spoke about earlier, quality of life improvements along the river corridor. But this is the administrative home for the Riverway is at Miami Conservancy District. And all of this, the recreation, the charming downtown areas that we have on the river, all of that is possible because of the critical flood protection infrastructure that the Miami Conservancy District provides.
Sure. Yeah, I've seen some of the pictures of the floods down in the Franklin area specifically. And that was a real thing before the flood protection came along. I don't know how often, but every few years there's this massive flood that comes through, and many of these cities along the riverway were flooded out. So, what an amazing feat to have prevented that from happening here in our modern time.
Absolutely. We are so fortunate that our predecessors had the forethought of putting this infrastructure in place so that we can have the quality of life that we have now without having to be afraid of flooding every few years.
Right. And the infrastructure that you guys have in place with the couple of gaps that you're filling in is pretty amazing. I do want to come back.
Yeah. And in addition to the bike trail, we have public fishing spots, public fishing access. We have boat ramps, kayak launches. So I didn't want to say that the only infrastructure was the bike trail. We also, we encourage all types of recreation, and fishing is a big part of what Riverway is. We have a really active fishing community on our river.
I understand there's some really good fishing spots in Franklin, but they're top secret, like the best fishing spots nobody will share. Maybe we need to get a fishing guide on here to share a few of those spots.
Yeah, we've got some gatekeepers for sure. I think that's part of being in the fishing community is you don't tell your secret spots.
You don't tell your secret spots. I like that. All right, so back to the river ride. We want to go through that again. It's September 13th, starting around 11, but it's not a race, so you can show up anytime. 6.7 miles. You can start in Franklin or in Miamisburg and go either way, or go out and back.
That's right. And you go out and back, just be prepared to cycle about 13 miles, unless you've got somebody waiting for you on the other side.
Right. And it's accessible for everyone because of the bike path and because of the infrastructure you guys have put in. It's accessible to all, old, young, families, strollers, rollerblades, anything self-propelled.
Absolutely.
So leave your drag racing at home, but bring your scooters and all the other bikes that you have, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. That sounds good. So anything else that you want to tell us that's important about the river ride? Because it's coming right up. It's right around the corner.
Just register as soon as possible so that you can we still have a few more goodie bags to give out. I think we're at 43 registrations right now. So if you are within the next 7 registrations, you'll still get a swag bag. After that, you're out of luck. Sorry.
Great. And are there any other things coming up that you guys are doing this fall or for the winter other than your standard go fish, go bike, go get out on the riverway? You're always promoting that, but any other events that you guys have coming up that we need to know about?
Yeah, actually, the very next day after River Ride is our Great Miami Riverway Half Marathon, and that takes place between Piqua and Troy. Actually starts in Troy and ends in Piqua. So again, you see that we're trying to create those connections between our river communities. They're still taking registrations for that on Can't Stop Running. And there's some really, really nice tech shirts that you can get with that registration this year. So they're very fancy.
Everybody likes the running shirts that you get when you sign up for the races. That's why people sign up. They're like, oh, now I got to run it to get the shirt.
Yes, absolutely. And you can walk it. They have a special start, like an early start time for people who are planning to walk or walk. So you don't have to be a marathon runner to do this one. You can walk. You just have to stay ahead of the pace. That's all.
That's good. That's good. Well, 96 miles of infrastructure already in place, and a few more to put together to complete the Riverway. But what a project, and what a great thing. What a great way to connect communities by doing a ride or a run or anything in between them. So what a great mission and a great cause, and obviously you're doing a great job to make our entire Southwest region a better place to live.
Well, thank you so much, Cheryl. I appreciate you having me on to talk about River Ride today.
Yeah, thanks. We will welcome you and all of your friends that you've invited to the River Ride to Franklin on September 13th. Starting around 11, you can go the 6.7 miles one way back and forth and register. Give us that registration link one more time.
Sure, you can go to our website, greatmiamisburg.com, and there's a link on there for registration that leads to the City Spark page.
Okay, perfect. Because there's still a couple swag bags left, so anybody listening
Yeah.
might get in under the wire to get that swag bag. But come visit us in Franklin. Make sure you visit our downtown shops. Make sure that you come and see the brand new downtown with the music and the lights and all of the people and all the fun things that are happening in downtown Franklin. We really appreciate being part of this river ride. So thank you, Ginger. We appreciate it. Thanks for being on Frankly Franklin.
Thank you, Cheryl.
All right, have a great day.
You too.